Minecraft has a lot of rare mobs. And I collected them all, but this is where I keep them. Yeah, this is pretty bad. So to fix that, I built this massive zoo. And I'm gonna put all of them inside with insane custom enclosures for each one. First up being this little tiny green frog. You're coming with me, pal. Just gotta bring him to the zoo without anything bad happening. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? What are the odds of this? That could have been bad. Why did you do that? Okay, welcome to your new home, aka prison. What? He can jump out of the cage? Ignore that never happened. That should fix it. But as you can see, it doesn't really look like a zoo and it looks pretty boring. So to fix that, I'm gonna find a swamp and collect everything that I need to build the best enclosure that I can. Okay, that should be enough. Let's go ahead and head back now. And to make these enclosures the best, I'm gonna start from the common rare mob, then keep working my way up until we hit the extremely rare mobs. And that is 1 out of 22 done. And this one looks a lot better than what he was in before. Now the next one is this Endermite. And I don't know how I'm gonna get him to follow me. Oh wait, he just chases me normally. Oh, that's easy. And there we go. Let's go get some items to fix it up now. And for this one, we actually gotta go to the end because I'm gonna be needing a little bit of endstone. And the next blocks we need are right in here. Oh, perfect. Look, it's right here. I wanted to grab some of this stuff too. Oh, wait. Turns out you can't place this back down. But I mean, I guess it's fine because we can still go to this end city and get some more blocks. Oh, and I'm levitating. I also want to grab some of these end rods. Okay, I can't reach it. Come on, grab that one, grab that one, grab. Yes. I also want to grab one of these banners over here. And let's get the crap out of here. Nosedive. All right, let's go ahead and spice this guy's place up a little bit. Ow. Ow. Bro, I can't fix your place if you keep hitting me. Look, and now I had to trap you, okay? Look, it's your own fault, buddy. All right, let's start by removing the grass and then replacing it with endstone. Now I'm gonna add some purple blocks and these banners on the side to make it look like an end city. And now we can let him out. Enjoy your freedom, buddy. Enjoy your freedom. Bro, he freaking escaped? Bro, I gave you freedom and you wanted more. How does that make sense? Okay, there we go. Now he shouldn't be able to escape. And for the next mob, I'm actually gonna build the enclosure before I bring him in. And you'll see why in a second, but first we do gotta grab the stuff. And unfortunately, that will cause me completely destroying one of these houses. You got a lovely house right here, but look, I think I gotta destroy it. Yeah, sorry about that, man, but look. You still have your top half of the house, you know, you can repair it.
Why you bullying me?
I'm gonna head out now. Thank you. The reason why I did that is because this mob is a zombie villager. And I think it would be pretty on brand if I built a broken down villager house. Yeah, there we go. This looks pretty good. But now comes the hard part because I gotta transport this villager all the way to the zoo without him dying. And hopefully I can do this without it turning daytime because he'll burn if it turns day. Oh my god, I forgot there's gonna be other zombies too. No. Why is there a jockey here? What kind of bad luck is this? No, he's gonna hit my guy. He's gonna hit our guy. You know how long it took me to find a jockey for my video and you tell me there's one just right here? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm mad about that. Alright, we're almost there. Just gotta get rid of some of your freaking buddies. Oh my god. You didn't have to call a whole family reunion. This is crazy. Oh my god, finally! This was the most freaking stressful mob ever. Alright, now that the weather's clear and it's daytime, I can finally show you guys what I kind of had planned for this. I made this one to where you can walk in it and like look at the mob itself. I think it's a kind of a cool feature, you know? And it kind of gives a nice little twist to it. Because these ones you kind of have to look from above, and then this one you can just go ahead and walk in. Now it's time for the mushroom cow. This one should be pretty easy though, because I can just put a lead on him. So we're good unless he falls down a cave. But I learned my lesson from the frog, okay? Welcome to your pen. Go ahead and drop down. Come on. Any day now? Do I really have to break you in? Oh my gosh. And to get the items that I need for this enclosure, all I gotta do is travel to this mushroom island and grab some mycelium. Oh, it turns into dirt? Oh, I gotta mine it with soak touch. Dang it. Alright, that should be enough. Now let's grab some mushrooms and get the crap off of this island because we're done here. Home, sweet home. I'm gonna start by replacing the entire floor with mycelium, then add some mushrooms on the side just like this. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Add one right here as well, and then little mushrooms on the ground. Hopefully they don't grow and suffocate him. But with that being said, we are now done with this enclosure, and I think it looks pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. The next mob in the mix is a rainbow sheep. And I have a pretty funny idea for this one. I mean, it's not funny, but it's cool, but you know what I meant. Why does every mob do this? They don't want to fall in the pit. Finally, why'd he jump that high though? And for this one, I'm gonna make a rainbow. Get the freak out of the way. I'm gonna make the floor into a rainbow. Out of the way. All right, there we go. And I get it because like he's a rainbow sheep. rainbow. The next mob is the upside down sheep. It's gonna look kind of weird transporting this guy. It just looks like he tripped and fell, and I'm just like dragging him along. All right, and for this one, I'm actually gonna do something pretty funny. And now I'm gonna basically replace the floor and make it look like it's the sky by adding blue wool on the bottom. Then adding some clouds with white wool. All right, there we go. Now, I guess if you flipped it around, it could look normal. Kinda in a way. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool though. Next up is this peaceful pillager, but I don't know how we're gonna transport him because he doesn't attack me, so I don't know how I'm gonna get him to follow me. And I can't put a lead on him. Okay, I think the only way I'm gonna do this is if I trap him in a boat and then just travel with him. And yeah, this totally won't take forever. Actually, you know what? I think I know a better idea. Now we have a rail system leading all the way to the zoo, so now it should be easier to transport all of these guys. So now all we gotta do is just place a minecart down and get this guy on a minecart somehow. Okay, I think what I gotta do, break this and then boom, boom, boom. No. Oh my god. Stupid cow, what is he doing? Okay, I just gotta be fast about this. I gotta place this down as soon as he jumps out of the boat. As soon as he gets out. Nope, that's not the right way that I wanted you to go. Break this and then sweep him up. God dang it, it didn't work, and now my minecart's going away. Stop. Don't climb up the stairs. Get down. Get the crap down. Where is he going? I don't want you to go up these stairs. Oh my gosh, finally. You better not die on the way there. I haven't tested the ride, so I don't even know if it's safe. Not gonna lie, I wasn't fully confident in my roller coaster making skills, but it looks like it worked, and he's in his pen. All right, and now for his enclosure, I'm actually gonna take inspiration from where he came from. It should be right over here. Okay, there we go, perfect. A pillager outpost. I'm gonna destroy it and bring it to his enclosure. Seems reasonable, right? Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to chill. Oh my god, because I took your buddy doesn't mean you have to take your anger out on me. Did you guys really like your friend in a way? Look, I heard he was pretty dumb, okay? Look, I did you guys a favor by taking him away. You wanna die too, bro? Get the crap. Get the crap. Anyway, back to destroying the crib. I'm also gonna take one of these guys and try to replicate it because I think that would be pretty cool. All right, let's head back and start building. Hey, long time no see. We're gonna start by replacing the floor with birch planks since that's what the floor looks like in an actual villager outpost. Now for the corners, I'm gonna go ahead and add some dark oak logs to it. And I'm trying my best to replicate a pillager outpost. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot what they look like. And I'm also gonna add one of these dudes right here. Hopefully, if I know how to build them correctly. Yeah, that looks right. For the final touch, a banner right here and a banner right here. There we go. This enclosure is done, and I would say it looks pretty nice. And that was actually the last easy mob enclosure that we had to do. Now it's time to do the rare mob enclosures. And these ones are gonna be pretty cool because I'm gonna be adding some pretty cool stuff inside of them. First one being a wandering trader. And he's kind of lonely. His llama's died. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more easy to get than the pillager. Oh god, I'm scared. Oh, there we go. All right, now we just gotta transport this guy into his new enclosure. And then I'll show you guys what I'm doing for it. And I think it's a pretty cool idea. There we go, he is in. And for this enclosure, I'm gonna replace the floor with sandstone. Since, you know, his name's the Wandering Trader, so I feel like it would only be right to place him in like a desert since he's wandering, looking for people. You know, it made sense in my head. And for this one, I'm gonna place dispensers in the wall. And I'm gonna make them connect with redstone. Okay, I gotta make sure my redstone works. So I'm gonna put dirt in each of the dispensers. Then see whenever I step on the pressure plate that it goes off. Nope, I did something wrong. Okay, second try, and there we go. Now that I got all that tedious redstone done, I'm basically gonna put invis potions in each of the dispensers. I'm sorry, but I gotta trap you in a boat for this enclosure. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to do this. Okay, but now if you walk up to the enclosure and you get too close, boom, it splashes him with invis potion. Which, I mean, he just drinks milk. And I think this adds a nice little touch to it because whenever these guys get into combat, they basically go invisible. So it's kind of realistic. Until he drinks his milk, but whatever. Okay, the next mob is gonna be a little bit dangerous because it's a charged creeper. Yeah, I have no totem on. I don't want to risk dying, I ain't gonna lie. Since this mob's pretty freaking dangerous, I decided I'm gonna actually decorate the enclosure before I bring him over. So for this one, I'm just gonna put some moss on the ground and then bone meal it, and it should spread like this. I decided to go simple because, you know, this is basically a creeper's natural habitat, so I figured that would probably suit him the best. But now comes the freaking hard part because I somehow gotta get him all the way over there. If he blows up, I'm gonna be so freaking upset. Okay, boom. Boom. Oh my god, I almost killed him. How am I gonna sneak up on him now? He's just gonna blow up whenever he sees me. Okay, I think we figured out a good direction to take him, but I don't know how the crap I'm gonna push him onto the train tracks. Maybe I can use water. I really hope this works. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think it worked. There he goes. He's going. Oh my gosh. It actually worked, bro. And all right, he's in. Perfect. And I'm gonna cover it with glass to make sure he doesn't blow up. There we go. I covered his enclosure, but now I gotta figure out how to get him out of the minecart. I'm just gonna dig down and try to break it from underneath. Hopefully it works. Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. We now trapped the charge creeper. And the best part about it is he cannot even see me. So he can't blow up. Yeah, perfect. Wait, what the heck is this? How did the mycelium spread? Nah, I gotta fix this before it spreads even more. I didn't even know it can do that. Hopefully that contained it, because I do not want that to spread. All right, and the next mob is actually gonna be a snotty-nosed panda. Yeah, these are more rare than a panda. You'll come with me, buddy. Let me just grab the rails I used for the creeper and put him right here. That actually helps a lot that he's already on a minecart, so now all I gotta do is push him on it, and there we go. Uh-oh. Do not die. I forgot he's kind of big, so he gets stuck on blocks, but hopefully he survives this trip. That would suck if he doesn't. All right, and now we got the panda. Perfect. And conveniently, there's actually a jungle right over here, so I don't have to travel that far to get materials. And boom. This is actually right where I found him, which is kind of crazy. But I'm here for some bamboo. Ain't this just like the most satisfying thing you've ever seen? Like, I mean, look at this. And then some of this block. What is this called? I don't know what it's called. Podzol? What the? I've never picked this block up before. What in the world? But we're gonna need some of this. All right, that should be enough. Now I'm gonna need some jungle trees, jungle trees. Of course, some jungle leaves. All right, that should be all we need. So let's go ahead and head back now. And I have something pretty cool in mind for this enclosure. But before I show you the cool thing, let's go ahead and design it. By getting rid of the floor, replacing some of it with this. Now place some jungle logs on the side, some leaves to make it look like it's a tree. I'm gonna do that for each corner. And now I'm gonna add some bamboo. And now for the special cool feature, I'm gonna actually put 2 dispensers in this wall, fill them up with bamboo, add some pressure plates. And now if he ever gets hungry, you can just walk over here and get him some bamboo. Okay, I want to see him walk on there. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. Look, he's eating now. That's so funny. He has like infinite food whenever he wants it. And you know what? Just because I'm nice, you know, if you ever get thirsty, there you go. There's your dirt water. And that's the panda completed. I ain't gonna lie, this zoo is looking really cool so far. And we're almost halfway done. And it's just gonna get cooler and cooler from here on out. Okay, and this next mob, I'm not looking forward to at all because yeah, it's a spider jockey. And if you guys saw my rare mob video, it took a long time to get this in here. I do not want to mess this up. So we gotta be like really careful with this one. Wait, what am I doing? He's gonna burn if I let him out right now because it's in the middle of the day. Bro, I almost killed him. Okay, we should be good now. Let's try to get him on this. Oh my god, that was so freaking. No, don't die, spider. Oh my god, he might die. Bro, I gotta catch him before he hits the wall. Oh my god, that could have been so bad. I thought for sure he was gonna freaking die. We should be good now. I think we completely covered him. Alright, I have an idea for this one, but it's gonna be kind of difficult to do anything with obviously him in it. So my idea for now is I'm just gonna basically replace the grass. Oh god, I gotta dodge. I'm gonna replace the grass with moss. It just gives the floor like a nice little design. I'm gonna put black concrete on the top of the build to kind of represent the night sky, which I'm doing this because that's where you can find the sky in the night. So now he won't burn, and it kind of looks like looks pretty cool. Now I should be able to remove this, and he shouldn't burn. Yep, there we go. Now to spice it up a little bit more, I'm actually gonna place white concrete to make it look like the stars. I'm also gonna replace the outline of the enclosure with black concrete. Okay, then one last detail that I want to do is it wouldn't be a good zoo if you look at the creatures and they attack you. That's actually bad. I could probably get legally in trouble. So to fix it, I'm gonna add black stained glass all around so that you can still look at him but not get shot with his annoying bow. And all right, we have the skeleton jockey trapped, and you know it only costed me a bunch of arrows to the head, but that's okay. I don't care. Now we gotta move on to the other mob, which is an invisible spider. Where'd he go? My invisible spider died? How did he die? I swear I put a name tag on him. You know what? I'm gonna put that one to the side for later because I want to get this stuff done. So later on in the video, we'll capture an invisible spider and then put it in the cave. But the next one, I guess we have to do is this guy, the goat. Yeah, this is basically a goat, but not any ordinary goat because he screams. Listen. Listen. Can you scream? You're not really screaming. You were so loud in my ear a second ago, but now you're not even screaming. Can you scream? He's doing this on purpose. Bro, you're embarrassing me, man. You're embarrassing me. I told him you can scream. Oh. There, see? You can scream. I wasn't lying. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this guy with a lead and bring him over to the enclosure. All right, come on down. See, look, this goat knows how to get into enclosures because he was not messing around. Okay, now let's go get the items and blocks that we need to make his enclosure. Watch this, guys. I'm going to do a cool transition, okay? Boom. I'm here. Boom. Is that cool? I bet it was. I bet it was really good. Look, it's a bunny. Anyway, but the reason why we're at this snowy mountain place, because this is actually where... Oh my God. Let me out. But the reason why I'm here is because, as you can see, this is where goats spawn naturally. So, yeah, I'm here to collect items and blocks. Starting with this packed ice. Dang, I did not know I can break it so fast. This is crazy. You guys ready to be satisfied? Boom. And the next one is snow blocks. So let me go ahead and gather. I can't actually pick up snow blocks. It turns into snowballs. What the crap am I going to do with snowballs? Whoops. My bad. Oh, wait. I can craft 4 snowballs into 1 snow block. Okay. Actually, that's perfect. Never mind. Let's gather some snowball. All right. We have a stack in 14. That should be good enough. And now I'm going to go ahead and get some of the spruce wood. I'm also going to grab some leaves. Then final block right over here. I'm just going to get some stone. And there we go. A stack should be enough. All right. Let's go ahead and get out of here now. We don't need to be here any longer. We got everything we need. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I want to kind of create a little mountain for this goat. So I'm gonna add some snow blocks and then kind of build like a little like cone going up. What? They can jump, bro. He can just jump out of his enclosure. Oh, he wants to go back. Okay, this is a problem and I need to fix it like right now. All right, there we go. I added a little glass dome above his pen, and this should make it to where he can't escape, but I can still build my mountain that I want to build. Anyway, now that we have no more distractions, let's go ahead and get this build done. All right, but here we go. This is kind of what I had envisioned for this place. So let's go ahead and leave now and take a look at it from the outside. And yeah, from the outside, it actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, this is the goat enclosure completely done. All right, on to the next one. This one is actually a pink sheep. Oh, what happened to you, bro? Bro, it's been so long since he had grass. He's never been able to grow his wool back. And I took his pink wool from my rare house video, and I completely forgot that he has no way of getting it back. There we go. Okay, yeah, but as you can see, he is a pink sheep. You know, I just wanted to give you guys proof. All right, come on down. Oh my God, you're gonna be one of those animals, bro? I should have known. Come on. It's not that difficult. Jump. Boing. Guys, okay, you're annoying. I don't want to talk to you. Okay, for this enclosure, I'm just gonna place a moss block right here, then grow it with bone meal to kind of make this place look a little more, as some might say, mystical and very magical. And I'm actually gonna dedicate this enclosure to a YouTuber. So I'm gonna remove the bottom layer of this orange concrete and add a bunch of TNT. Now, if you guys can guess a YouTuber, you're an OG. I'm just saying. Yeah, that is the pink sheep enclosure completely done. All right, on to the next mob, which is gonna be a skeleton horse named Skelly. All right, let's go ahead and put a lead on this guy and bring him to the enclosure. Come on down here. Don't die, please. Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to lead this guy. Wait, I have a way better idea. All I gotta do is put a saddle on him, and then boom, I can literally ride him to the zoo. I wish every mob was this easy to transport. Dang, look at this. From the distance, this zoo is actually looking pretty crazy already. All right, and oh, nope, that's not the rat enclosure. This is the rat one right here. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and decorate your enclosure, and I know the perfect blocks to do this. What the? Wait, I was going to get the blocks, but I just realized my sheep farm got opened somehow. There's just a bunch of sheep everywhere now. But anyway, the blocks I need are actually in the nether. And I'm going to go ahead and collect some netherrack, some soul sand, and some bones. And all right, we are done in the nether. Let's go ahead and head back and start designing. I'm going to replace the entire floor, have netherrack, and then have soul sand. And now I'm going to add these bones in the corner, doing the same pattern that we saw in the nether. Alright, but for this next part, I'm going to need to attach this guy to a lead right here because I don't want him traveling far. Because I'm actually going to put lava in this corner right here. And then just do some final touches. There we go. That is the skeleton horse's enclosure done. And I kind of moved the leash over here a little bit more just so he doesn't fall into the lava pit. That would suck. But I decided to go for this design because honestly, the skeleton horse kind of looks like it belongs from the net. Because, I mean, it is dead. And there's a lot of dead things in the nether. And personally, I think this one looks really cool. It's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is a snowy man. Wait, a snowman. Which honestly is one of my favorite mobs that we have collected here because it's actually a naturally spawning snowman. Technically, a bunch of endermen placed them down. So, yeah, it's pretty rare. But another reason why I like this guy is because, look, he leaves a trail of snow behind everywhere he goes. So, it's pretty obvious to tell where this guy has been. Okay, I'm pretty sure he dies if he hits water. So, kind of have to go around the water. Hopefully, he doesn't fall in. All right, come on down here. There we go. And now the cool thing is, I don't really need to decorate the ground because all I have to do is just let him paint it for me. See? It's already working. There's already a bunch of snow on the ground. I just gotta get him to paint the entire floor. Alright, come on. Just 2 more blocks. And there we go. The entire floor is painted. And another thing I want to do is I want to actually replace the walls with black concrete. You'll see why I'm doing this whenever I get done with it. But I have an idea in mind, and I think it would be pretty cool. Now, as you can see, it kind of looks like nighttime. So it's just a snowman chilling out in a snowy biome at night. But I'm going to add some more stuff. I'm going to add other snowmen so he's not lonely, you know? Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and here's 4. Here we go. Now he has some buddies, you know? Alright, I'm also going to add little pieces of snow on top of here just to give it a little bit of texture. Here we go. Looking pretty good. Alright, then all around the enclosure, I'm going to put down some dispensers. I'm going to place 2 on this side, 2 right over here, and 2 over here. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to do some redstone. I'm not good at redstone, though, so I don't know how this is going to work. I need to somehow figure out how to activate these dispensers. Oh, wait. They need to be on this block to work. Okay, wait. New plan. I'm going to actually put the dispensers 1 layer down. That's the only way with my redstone brain, because I'm not good at redstone, that I can make these dispensers actually shoot out something. Okay, I think I did the redstone correctly, so let's go ahead and head back and fill up the dispensers with snowballs. Alright, but now if everything is correct, I should be able to place this lever right here, and boom! The snowballs shoot out just like this. Dang, that's actually way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Now it kind of gives the effect that it's actually snowing for the... where did Snowy Man go? Did they die? Oh my god, they freaking died. No, it's the freaking sunlight. I didn't know the sunlight melted the snowman. But now I gotta go get a new freaking naturally spawning snowman. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Hopefully this doesn't take too long. They already picked up the pumpkins, so that's a really good sign. Oh, finally! Oh my god, let's freaking go. Alright, you're coming with me, man. Let's pretend like that whole situation just did not happen, okay? Perfect. Alright, and now what I'm gonna do to protect them is I'm gonna build them a snow roof so that, you know, they don't burn. Okay, there we go. Now they should melt. And let me go ahead and create him his friends back. But I'm only going to do 2 of his friends this time. Alright, and there we go. The naturally spawning snowman cage is done. Which means all the rare mobs are done except for the invisible spider, which I don't have because he despawned on me. Which means I got to find him, but I'm just going to jump cut to when I have him. You guys do not want to know how long this took. But we now have the invisible spider trap. Anyway, let's go ahead and go get the blocks that we need. And I have a pretty cool idea for it. And for his enclosure, I actually want to get blocks from a mine shaft. Since, if you guys didn't know, a lot of spiders spawn in mine shafts. Like, for example, these little annoying poisonous spiders spawn in here. But yeah, there's actually quite a few things I need to collect in here. First one being a couple of cobwebs. And I'm also going to tear down some of these fences and some of these planks. And also get some of these rails. And finally, grab one of these. Alright, and my plan for this enclosure is to make it look as close as I possibly can to a mine shaft. So step 1 of doing that is to actually replace the floor with just normal stone. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to make the classic mine shaft design, the walls. One on this side as well. Do one on this side right over here. Also gonna make them kind of connect on the floor. Now I'm gonna add rails going all around. Then over here in this corner, place some coal on the ground. And then in this corner, some iron. And now for the finishing touch, minecart chest right there. Yeah, there we go. That is the invisible spider enclosure completely done. And honestly, I'm super proud of this one. It does look like a mine shaft a lot. But with that being said, that's actually the final rare mob enclosure that we had to do. Now we're moving on to the extremely rare mob. And I'm pretty excited for these ones. And the first extremely rare mob on the list is gonna be, boom, a brown mushroom cow. Alright, you're coming with me, buddy. Get on my leash. Come down here. Please don't fall and die, though. You gotta be freaking cool. Okay, let's pretend like that didn't take a long time to get him back. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, and the first rare mob is officially... Oh my god. Come on. Officially in his cage. This one I'm going to replace the floor with some mycelium. And I'm going to replace the edges of the outline with black concrete. And now comes the fun part, because I'm going to create a lightning making machine. Yep, that sounds confusing, but it's actually pretty simple. All I got to do is place a piston, slime block, and a lightning rod. Then place a trident on top of it like this. Then place a lever right here. It should create lightning, but problem is it's not thunderstorming. And I needed the thunderstorm. Okay, now it's thundering, and as you can see, lightning is already striking the slime block, but we can make it even crazier. I'm gonna throw my trident on there. Boom. Well, I picked it up. Boom. All right, and now all I gotta do is click this lever, and boom. It's not working. Maybe I gotta mess with the redstone a little bit. Oh, okay. I don't know what I did, but it worked. There we go. We have a very loud freaking trident thunderstorm thing. But yeah, as you can see, it creates a lot of lightning. Okay, I gotta turn it off. It's too loud. It's too loud. Turn off. Wait, what the heck? I didn't even need redstone for it to power it. I did not know that. Oh, I guess I'm destroying all of it now. But yeah, now the brown mushroom cow is completely trapped in his new enclosure. So let's move on to the next mob, which is a brown panda. And dang, he's fully grown now. The last time I saw this dude, he was a baby. Now he's a freaking chunky big guy. That sounds weird. But for the rest of the mobs, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to build a bridge going all the way from this enclosure to the main zoo enclosure, just to make sure that none of them die and they get there safely. Because look, I cannot risk any of them dying because I am so close to getting this done. I fell. I'm so close to getting this done. I cannot afford to have any of them. Oh my god. I basically just can't afford to have any of them die because I'm so close to freaking completing this zoo. I'm not taking no chances at all. Alright, there we go. The bridge is made. Now all we gotta do is put this big fella in a boat somehow. I don't know how we're gonna do this without him dying. Get in the boat. Get in. He's not getting in the boat. He's too fat. Is he actually too big for a boat? I didn't know mobs can be too big to be in boat. Oh, he's in. What the heck? How does that make sense? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. Yeah, look at this. This is way easier than the minecart thing. It's just a little bit slower, but it's way more safe. Gotta make sure we don't mess up this turn. Oh god, we pick up speed going down the freaking... Oh my god. We pick up speed going down the freaking stairs. Alright, and you... Alright, he's in. He is in. And now we gotta decorate it. So I'm gonna start by replacing the floor with a little bit of puzzle. What the heck? Why are there so many mobs down here? Anyway, I'm gonna start by replacing some of the floor with some puzzle. I'm also gonna make it go up a little bit in the corners, just like this. There we go. I think this looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna put some bamboo all around the edges, just like that. And I'm gonna let him out of his little freaking boat now. There you go. You're free. And yeah, this is it. Psych! I'm lying. There's a couple more things I want to do. I'm gonna spoil this panda by building up a little bit, and then adding a bunch of dispensers on top of his enclosure. Alright, there we go. That should be enough dispensers. And from here, we're going to connect all of these with redstone. There we go. Now, just to see if they all work, I'm going to put a lever here and do this. Okay, that sounds like they all work. Now, from here, I'm just going to place redstone going up the glass. Alright, there we go. This should be connected now. So now, whenever I flip this, boom, they all should be turned on. And now hopefully they're all powered. Actually, it doesn't look like these are getting powered over here. Maybe I can fix this with a repeater. I think I fixed it. Let's go. Okay, and then from here, I'm gonna need a lot of bamboo. And I basically want to fill up all of the dispensers with one stack of bamboo each. Oh, and I ran out of bamboo already. Yep, this is gonna take a while. But it's gonna be so worth it because this is gonna look really cool. Alright, there we go. We filled up all of the dispensers with bamboo. Now, if we go down here and press this button, boom, it rains bamboo on him, basically giving him infinite food to chew on. But yeah, that's the brown panda's pen completely done. Now, on to the next one, which is going to be a baby zombie riding a chicken. Chicken job. And yeah, the cool part about this one is he's actually in a boat already. So, all I gotta do is hop in and just take him. Slowly take him. Ow. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, dude. He's gonna burn. I gotta join back and then quickly cover him up to stop him from burning. I don't know if I can do this, but I'll try. I only have dispensers in my inventory. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Stop burning. I saved him. Oh my god. I almost died in the process. I was not freaking looking out for myself. I can't believe I freaking saved him. Okay, anyway, now that it's nighttime, it's gonna be a lot easier transporting this guy. But I cannot do it in this boat, otherwise I'll die. I came up with a pretty easy solution, and it's called break this boat, and then just put him on a lead because he's on a chicken. This is so much easier. I was kind of being dumb at first. I kind of forgot he was on a chicken. But yeah, now we can just go. Easiest mob to transport yet. Oh god, get out of here. All right, right down here, chicken jockey. There we go. He's now in his pen. So the first thing I'm going to do for this enclosure is create a roof on top, just so, you know, whenever it turns day, he doesn't burn. I'm going to learn from my mistakes, okay? I'm not letting that happen again. So I'm just going to build a little roof out of black concrete. All right, there we go. That is done. And now I'm going to place some moss in his pen and bone meal it to spice up the pen a little bit. There we go. Looking a lot more natural. And to complete this one, all I'm going to do is just add a little sign. I'm going to say, from the Minecraft movie. There we go. You know, pretty simple, but gets the job done. But now we only have 3 more enclosures left until we're completely done with the zoo. And honestly, I'm super proud of what we built so far. So I cannot wait to get these last 3 done and complete the zoo. And luckily for me, the next 2 mobs are actually pretty easy to transport because they're basically the same thing as the chicken jockey, but this one's a zombie villager chicken jockey. So before I transport these mobs, I'm going to create the roof so they don't burn. And I'm using red concrete for the zombie and then purple for the full diamond one. This looks so crazy from like all the way up here. These chicken jockey pens are basically all going to be the same. All right, so let's grab the zombie villager chicken jockey and put him in his pen. Oh my god. And this guy, what is this guy? What the heck is going on? All right, now let's grab the full diamond one and put him in his pen as well. Okay, why is there always a skeleton here? I swear I lit up this entire place. How is there a skeleton here? So annoying. Okay, but now we have all of the chicken jockeys inside of their pen, which means it's time for the last mob right here. And to get it, we kind of have to go back to one of my old videos. Okay, so it's gonna get super laggy in a second, but I'm all the way over here because this is where I bred all of my blue axolotls, and I need to get my original one back so that I can put them in the zoo. Oh my god, yeah, it's so freaking laggy. But I put the original one right in this pen right here. So let me go ahead and grab him and get the crap out of here. And for this enclosure, I'm gonna replace the entire floor with sand. Now I'm gonna actually create a new layer of dirt above the sand. Now from here I'm gonna place water on top of the dirt layer because what this does is it fills up the entire layer with water, which allows me to fill up the entire enclosure with water pretty easily. If you guys didn't know how to do this, now you know. Now from here, I'm just gonna place some coral blocks down over here too. Now add some glass on the top of it. Okay, and now let's go ahead and set them in. There we go, and place the final block. And with that being said, we actually have every single rare mob captured and placed in this zoo. And I think we did a pretty good job. Every single enclosure looks pretty unique and just overall cool. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to watch another one, click right here.